Hi, Shalom. I'm here to give you a little bit of an overview, a very short video overview of some Jewish holidays that are coming up in the next couple of months. And hopefully that you'll be able to incorporate not only with your Jewish students, but some of the elements might be really compatible with some of your other students. Okay, so we have passed through Passover, Pesach, and Shavuot. And the next big holiday coming up on the calendar will be coming up in mid-September, and that's Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year, Jewish New Year. Followed closely by 10 days later by Yom Kippur, and then 3 days after that with Sukkot, and then 8 days after that with Simchat Torah. So it's a busy boom, 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 but it all makes sense. Now, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is in mid-September, is a very, very heavy-duty, reflective, purging of what you want to change in your life holidays. But they're very, 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 like anything else that's heavy-duty, there's a lead-up to it that's kind of a warm-up. And for the month before Rosh Hashanah, in the month of Elul, for a month, we're supposed to be being very reflective on what we have been doing in the past year and what we want to change. And the way that you can do that with your students is anything that would reflect upon them, anything that they can take a look back on them, whether they can do self-portraits, whether they can do activities that involve mirrors, and they can look and they can notice things about what color their eyes are. They can notice the different facial type of expressions. I'm happy when I look like this. I'm sad when I look like this, but it's all mixed. So anything that they can take a look at themselves. Or they can see what they couldn't do a year ago and now that they can do. And this sort of reflection that you can document would be very important, to be very transparent with the parents, because sometimes parents in the situation that we have forget that how much that their kids have grown and how they have progressed under your care and the things that you have done with them. And this is a great opportunity. The month before Rosh Hashanah, it's a great opportunity to take stock, to take inventory, and do all sorts of activities that they can have to take a look at themselves. Which leads right into the very, very, very heavy-duty 10 days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Rosh Hashanah is known as the New Year for creation. So things that you can do with the kids during this, see how the whole notion of creating something from almost nothing. So if you can make Play-Doh from scratch with them, if you can make bread from scratch with them, and they can see this process of things forming and what didn't have any order, any purpose, because some sort of purpose. It's a real great hands-on thing. The big things with Rosh Hashanah is sweetness. You're hoping for a sweet year. So the traditional thing is having apples and honey. Apples and honey. Apples because they're round and they're a fruit, and the year has no end, and it's a kind of a cycle of things, that the Jewish calendar is very much of a cycle. And the honey, of course, because the sweetness that's coming in the new year. And you can extend that in any type of activity with nature. You can do bees. You can have honeycomb. They can make candles from strips of honeycomb. It's a wonderful thing. Like I said, you can do this with not only Jewish students. You can incorporate it. You can incorporate it in your curriculum if you wish. Which leads up into Yom Kippur. There's 10 days between Rosh Hashanah, which starts out very celebratory, to Yom Kippur, which is the most solemn day in the Jewish calendar. It is a 26-hour hard fast for observant Jews. That means no water, no food on Yom Kippur. And it's a day of recognizing the things you must or you want to change in your life. It is a time to ask forgiveness. It's a time to give forgiveness for the things that you have done wrong. Mind you, in Judaism, we don't have a notion of sin. We have a notion of chet, which basically means missing the mark. So if you've done something that you want to correct, you missed the mark, and now you want to focus on what you want to do to change that. And there's a great process called teshuvah. Teshuvah is very basically a behavioral change process. First, you recognize you've done something wrong. Second, you feel bad about doing something wrong. Third, you go and you ask forgiveness of the person that you have wronged. And at that point, the person can forgive you, or maybe they're not ready and they don't have to do it. Say they forgive you. That is not the end of it. The teshuvah means to turn. And what you want to do is you want to be able for that person that has done the thing that has missed the mark to correct. The next time that situation comes up, correct your behavior. Do the right thing this time. And trust me, if you've missed the mark in something, the opportunity to do the right thing will come up again. It always does. It always does. It always does. And teshuvah is complete when you have addressed the same situation and you've done the correct thing. And remember, I said the person doesn't have to forgive you. Not the first time, not the second time, but on the third try of asking forgiveness, the third time, you do it in public, and then it is as if they have forgiven you, because you have really tried to get forgiveness. Now, how does this relate to your students? What it is, it's a very positive way. Just don't tell them. In other words, teshuvah is telling us in our tradition, just don't say, don't do that. If someone does something that is not correct, you just don't go and say, don't do that. You give them options of the correct way of doing it, and then you give positive reinforcement when they do the correct action. Because sometimes with kids, whereas with adults, they continually, habitually do things that are counterproductive because it doesn't occur to them that they have an option. Let's even with some of the kids that are advanced cognitively, make that into a list. These are the things, this is the action, these are the things that we can do. Draw a picture. Draw so they can visualize the correct thing to do. You guys know that. It's creating positive ritual in their life. These are the things we do. These are the things we do to keep ourselves safe and our friends safe. And that's through Yom Kippur. And I will send in to your admin team, I will send in a little bit more detail of activities that perhaps you can do. Activities, hopefully, that are fairly universal, so that you can do that through class-wide. You don't have to do it necessarily only through a Jewish lens. It'll come in handy. And it'll be I think it would be a nice thing to do. In the next video that I send out, I will do the second half of these Chagim, these festivals, these holidays. That's Sukkot and Simchat Torah. So just as an overview, you have this reflective month that you reflect upon things. And then you look inside, through Rosh Hashanah, creation, inside, Yom Kippur, inside. And then with Sukkot, as you will find out, is a breathing out. And it's all outdoors and it's beautiful, even if we're in the lockdown. It's all outdoors and in nature. It's all the exhaling and seeing the endless possibilities of harvesting upon your reflection. Well, until then, I hope this was some good. I wish I was there in person to be able to share some time with you, the staff of these schools, and to be able to tell stories about this, but maybe another time. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me through your admin team. Well, I've spoken enough, and this has been a long enough video. In the next few days, I will be sending stuff out for Sukkot and Simchat Torah. I hope you are well. Good luck with Term 3 in whatever form it happens, and I will see some of you virtually in our sessions. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.